Declare unto us the parable of the tares of the field.
He that soweth the good seed is the Son of Man. The field is the world, and the good seed are the children of the kingdom, but the tares are the children of the wicked one. The enemy that sowed them is the devil. The harvest is the end of the world, and the reapers are the angels. As therefore the tares are gathered and burned in the fire, so shall it be in the end of this world. The Son of Man shall send forth his angels, and they shall gather out of his kingdom all things that offend, and them which do iniquity, and shall cast them into a furnace of fire. There shall be wailing and gnashing of teeth. Then shall the righteous shine forth as the sun in the kingdom of their Father. Who hath ears to hear, let him hear.
Dear friends, we are in the 16th Sunday of ordinary season. The experience of evil discourages many because the good and bad, sinners and saints are everywhere. We look for a redeemed world, but wars, crimes, poverty, disaster are our daily experiences. So the question that poses itself is, what happened to the promised kingdom of Christ? The kingdom of justice, peace, and truth. Is Christ a failure? Dear friends, good and bad coexist. We experience them in ourselves, in others too. We experience this in our community, in the church, and in the society at large. Do not Christians fight among themselves? Do we not find Christians being against one another? In this scenario, situation, the gospel reminds us hostile powers are always to be found in the world. We will have to learn to live with the good and the bad, though and throughout our life. It will be different at times to distinguish the one from the other. It is difficult many times to find which is good, which is bad. Some persons may appear to be good, but in reality they are not. Therefore, my dear friends, we are told not to indulge in rash judgments and label people good or bad. Pope John the 23rd says, notice everything, ignore much, and correct little. How true, my dear friends. Abraham is known as the father of faith. We have beautiful anecdote. Once a great guest visited him. As for the Jewish custom, when they sat for meals, Abraham started blessing or praising God before meals. But the guest abused God. Abraham immediately got angry and chased the guest from the dining table without even giving him anything to eat. It is said, God appears to Abraham and told him, I have had patience with your guest for 30 long years. Couldn't you tolerate him once? Yes, my dear brothers and sisters, God is ever patient. He bears with us. If God, the owner of the harvest, lets the weeds and wheat grow together, we too should be patient with good and evil, sinner and saint. Though we may come across good and bad everywhere and in every sphere of life, we should not lose heart. God wants us to be helpful, generous, and kind to others, following our Lord in loving, in forgiving, and being patient with one another.
God is patient, God is kind. He does not envy, He does not boast. His ways are higher than my own, His thoughts consume the great unknown. Of this alone I am sure, my God is love.